am Nocciola the Drawer, an artist and adventurer from the UK. Let's get creative. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This week's video is the 9-month recap on my 22 creative goals for 2022. How has 9 months gone past? I don't know. But if you didn't watch the first video, this is a series of videos where I set 22 creative goals for 2022 to encourage you to set big goals and go after them yourself. So I'm going to go straight in there. Today is the 25th of October. A bit late in recording this video as 9 months would have been on the 16th of October. But I really wanted to create this video now because there's some exciting things that happened in the week in the lead up to the 16th of October and I wasn't able to edit it all together to show you. Let's get into it. I'm just going to dive into the ones that over the last 3 months I've been working on, and each 3 months I've done a recap video of how it's changed from the goals which I was not on track to do at the start of 2022 and how it changed every 3 months till the end of the year. Number one was something that I wanted to challenge myself with and do all of my workflow on my iPad. I can now officially tell you I am on the iPad full time to do all of my work. And the reason why I wanted to do this is so that I could work and travel at the same time and not have to take all of my stuff. So here we are, Apple Pencil, iPad, and a couple of extra gadgets to make sure that my workflow works fully on the iPad. Number two was a mural a month. The aim of this is because this year I really wanted to create 12 murals throughout the year. So by breaking it down and doing 1 mural a month, that meant that I had a timeline that I was setting myself and a goal for the end of the year, but breaking it down throughout the year. The last 3 months, I've actually created 7 murals. Yes, 7 murals. 5 were with the same client, but I'm counting them because they were all different designs on different walls. So this meant in August, I installed 6 murals. And that is 1 month, 6 murals, which is a lot. And something that I couldn't imagine at the start of this year that I would be doing so many in 1 month. So because I did 6 murals in August and I fit them all in August, that was exterior and interior murals, I decided to take September off. So I did this and I didn't do any painting, any murals for the whole of September. I concentrated on other areas of the business, but I decided not to paint in September because I've already achieved the goal and I wasn't going to push myself in September to do so. In October, I have painted at Swindon Mural Festival, so I got that opportunity because I met one of the organisers who organised the first Swindon Mural Festival at a previous mural festival, which was Cheltenham. So that means I've got 2 more months of the year left. I actually don't have any murals planned for those 2 months. So we'll see if I can make that happen as I'm planning on being on the road. So that means that I cannot paint murals in the UK for the next 2 months. So let's see if I can get a mural in another country or if I have to get creative with that. Either way, I've still met my goal of basically breaking down a mural a month, 12 murals throughout the year. I've already made that target, so I'm pretty pumped about that. So number 3 was be part of a big community project and do workshops. So I have done this previously. I'd already achieved this goal earlier in the year, but I have done it again with a different community, the Amazing Rainbows and Brownies in Witton Park. And then from that workshop, I designed a mural and installed a mural for them. So again, it shows that it's kind of snowballing, and I've actually got a couple of murals booked in for next year that are community workshops and murals. So it's exciting because I didn't see how this was gonna work out for this year, but already I'm moving that goal into next year. I'm skipping to number 5. Any of the ones that I've already completed in other previous videos, I'm not going to talk about and explain, only the ones in the last 3 months. So number 5 was paint a basketball court. I've still yet to do this, but I painted a wall in a basketball court. So one of the commissions with the community was to paint the wall for the Rainbows and Brownies, and that was in a basketball court, but it just wasn't the actual court. So I am closer and closer, getting there in the right direction, and that's what counts. So it's still on my radar. It's a big project, so I don't think I will complete it by the end of the year, but I'm pretty happy with the progress I'm making towards this because it was a pretty big goal. So number 6 was do more illustrations and start a creative adventure series. I'm doing a bit of traveling, so I wanted to also create this series while I'm traveling. I didn't know exactly what way this would be. It's called Creative Explorers, but I didn't know in what aspect I would do that. Now I have a clear idea and I'm starting them. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have something together under this series. Number 7 was experiment with sculpture or something new. So I had a little go with some Play-Doh and experimenting, molding shapes and different colors with a little pack of Play-Doh that I took traveling with me, and I enjoyed it. And I've literally been thinking about sculpture and 3D a lot the last couple of months. No further forward, it was progressing towards this, but I have got a lot of ideas 3D, and maybe also I can think about using digital programs to create something in 3D to envision what it is that I would like to create. Or looking into classes in sculpture. I did a lot of clay when I was a kid, so like the Play-Doh clay idea, I can really start to picture these 3D things, so it's something that I definitely want to try and push. It depends on how I can do it. I don't think I'm going to get commissioned to do a sculpture anytime soon, but I'm going to also look into different ways of funding and how I can kind of grow my practice in the direction of sculpture. And the reason why I want to do that is because I love creating in public spaces. So I would love to create not just 2D murals in public places, but 3D pieces that people can like go around and on. Like some of my favorite sculpture artists are Daniel Popper, who's from South Africa, and also Anthony Gormley from the UK, and also Thomas Dabo from Scandinavia, his trolls, I love his. So there's a lot of like sculpture artists that I follow the work of. Oh, also Jason De Caires, who is a UK sculptor, but does sculpture underwater. And as you know, if you follow my work, I love water. I love swimming, scuba diving, and they're friendly to the environment. So there's so many sculptors that I want to learn from. Also Jeff Koons, like I love his giant sculptures too. So there's so many sculptors that I would love to learn from. Maybe I can figure out a way. So number 8, 9, 10, 11, I covered in other ones. Number 12, design a race medal or shirt. Still have not got to this. As you know, I love running, sport, races, so I need to figure out a way. And number 13, if you've followed my other videos, you'll know that I actually have managed this one, which was a huge goal on my list that I did not think at the start of this year when I said it, how I could do it, but it was design artwork for on public transport. So I got the commission to design a piece of contemporary artwork for inside the new fleet of metro trains, and it was actually the reveal earlier this month on the 12th of October, and it was in a gallery exhibition launch night, the reveal of the 4 artists' artwork, and it was amazing, and it was so nice to see. It was the first time I had seen it on that scale, and it was so nice because this was a project that was inspired by the sea swimming communities in the Northeast of women that come together and embrace the cold and the waves, and they got to come, and some of them got to come and see it on the opening night as well, and there was an exhibition for the public for a couple of days too. So it was so exciting to like this project to actually come into public, and super chuffed with it, super proud. I love the piece that I created and I cannot wait for it to be on the trains. And so like just write your list of things you want to do and actually, you know, make them happen because it's amazing. Number 14 was grow YouTube. It takes a lot of time to do these videos, the editing, the ideas, the research, putting it all together. And so I probably haven't concentrated on as much as I should have throughout the year because I've actually had a really busy year because I set myself 22 creative goals and I've been working my way through them. And so I am past 200 subscribers now, so that's super exciting. The difference that it's made for me in knowing that I do need to keep growing it and it's worth it is that somebody messaged me saying thank you so much for the video that you put together about mural painting supplies. The fact that it was useful and helpful to another artist and creative, I'm super chuffed about. So that for me was definitely a growing in the right direction. I've got videos that have got over 1,000 views, and that's one of them. So there's progress. It's definitely the tortoise, not the hare, but I do need to put a bit more into it over the next couple of months to try and actually grow it a little bit faster than it's going at the moment. Number 16, you'll see in the other videos that I have actually met this target that I wanted to be in mural festivals, and I was just in the last mural festival of the season in Swindon, which was super awesome. And it's only because that artist saw me at another festival at Cheltenham, and so we connected, and then she's been following my work and so invited me to come and paint. And so it really helps to go to these festivals to connect with other artists and potentially see what else you can create together. I had really good feedback on the piece that I created. I managed to create a piece in a day, which isn't usually my speed, and I got really good feedback from the public, and also my piece was in the newspaper. Number 17, paint more a part of me series. Nope, have not done this. Number 18, create an outdoor mural trail. No, but I am in discussions to maybe see if it's something for next year. Number 19 was try more animation. So the other week it was the Adobe Max online conference that was in LA, and I went to a lot of the talks, and a lot of the talks about different things to use the Adobe programs and move your design forward. Things like carving 3D sculptures on the program, things like bringing digital and in-person things together. So it's really made me think more about the digital aspect of how I can add to my work, and animation would be one of these. So I've had an idea of something that I could do using animation. I still do have to learn it though. So I think there's a project I want to start in January, prepare ready for January with animation. So I really have to hold myself to that and learn it and figure it out to be able to actually create the thing that I want to create. So I'm gonna look into learning that in the next month or so I can. So I really need to do this because I think movement is such a big part of the illustrations and murals that I do that it'd be good to actually be able to create something that moves, and animation would be perfect for that. Number 20 is collaborate with more artists. So I've definitely been chatting with a lot more artists, meeting them at festivals, like online on Instagram, in person. There's 3 other artists that I worked with on the Metro project. Our work wasn't collaborative, but we were each creating a piece with the same brief. And then at the street art festivals, and I actually met a street artist that I've been talking with on Instagram for ages in person at Swindon Paint Festival, Paint Jam. It was really good to connect actually in person. And so even though I kind of forgot this was on my list, it has become a bit more natural, and I have been putting out feelers the last couple of weeks with different artists that I think that we could create something impressive, something important together, and our work works well together. So I actually have put like 3 different, well, I put more feelers out, but 3 that are maybe gonna happen next year that are collaborations with other artists. So watch this space. There may be something on street art scene, exhibition, and let's see. But yeah, I've definitely connected and put it out there, actually collaborating with artists, and I had feedback of yes. So that's good, because there are some that I messaged and it was a no, but that's fine too. And 22, do some live streaming. The idea of this was to be able to do more things talking live, and I have just the other day been interviewed for an artist podcast, and so I feel like I didn't really know when I said more live streaming what that would exactly be. I thought maybe YouTube live, but you can't do that until you have 1,000 subscribers. I did it in Instagram live series last year, which was really good, but I haven't done that this year, so I thought maybe it would be that way. But actually I think it's more live things like talks and presentations in front of people. And so I think that's the way that I want to go with this more live thing, rather than like these pre-recorded videos that I'm doing on YouTube, more like talks. So now I have a clearer direction of that, and so I can see what it goes in, and I understand more what that goal is. So this was my 22 goals of 2022, my 9-month recap. I hope it really spurs you on for the last 3 months of the year to really go after your goals. I'm already starting to think about which goals I want to set for next year, which last year I didn't do at this point. So I just feel like that putting them down on paper and actually seeing that I could achieve quite a lot of my 22 goals, and some that I'm going to take over with me into 2023 and put towards that new list of goals, the ones that I didn't hit exactly on the target, but I put steps towards. And that's the whole point of creating 22 big goals. That, you know, what's that saying? If you aim for the moon, you'll land in the stars. The point was that I was gonna try and get towards them. I wasn't gonna kill myself doing it, but it was the motivation and the putting things in motion and putting things out there, talking to people about them, and then them coming a reality. And if they're not a reality yet, they will be soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you have. Let me know in the comments below how you're getting on with your goals for 2022, how you feel about the rest of the year, and if you've started thinking about your goals for next year. I hope you look back at the year and you see how far you've actually come, because it is important to understand that when you're driving forward with your career, your goals, that you also take a moment to appreciate how far you've come just since the beginning of the year. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you for the next creative adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell.